I think we're going to be talking a little later this morning, but I'm just going to send you make a quick video because I like to do that after I finish trading. It helps me recap the day and helps me record exactly what I did do on those days that I do it. I'm really always happy that I do. So today we had a few bits of news from Canada and the U.S. with some producer price information. Um, and some it's kind of like an index of if the economy is expanding or contracting, and it shows slight contraction in the news. But just starting with the overall, this is a 4 hour, this is a 15 minute. Well, I'm sorry, this is a 1 hour. This is a 3 minute. This is a 1 minute chart. So the London Open was back here at around midnight, and the price came up and then consolidated and started moving down inside its moving averages. Price pushed down and put in two little tops, and that would have been. I was looking at this one, and I was thinking about taking it, but I had just got started. Wasn't really ready to trade yet. It did turn out to be a pretty nice trade. I did have my eye on this one. The next one I had my eye on was this double top against the 20 up here. You can see a little bit better right here. This double top against the 20, and I really like this trade except for one thing. The one thing I didn't like was that it was just above a buy zone, which had just been a reversal zone, which had just been respected, and it even wicked down into it here and popped up again for the second top. So I was pretty hesitant. I mean, it was a nice looking pattern. I was really hesitant to take it though because I didn't feel it was high probability, so I skipped it, and it did run hard. It did run hard and strong down. So too bad, but I kept telling myself when that was happening that I made the right decision because I'm trying to go for the highest probability trades I can get. Then we had the New York Open with some Canadian news, and then we had some right here, and then we had some other news around 9:45 and 10 o'clock. We had news also. So the 10 o'clock news created a big strong push up on this bar here, and because price had already bounced off the 8 back here and the 20 up here, I figured the next one would be the 50, and it did bounce off the 50 right at the open, but it was it was basically a single top, and I like double tops, so I skipped that one. When it came up here after the 10 o'clock news, actually it was right here. Actually, after the 10 o'clock news, I kind of looked at this and I said, well, it didn't quite get to the 50, but it looks like a top. So I jumped up to the 3 minute and I said, if I can get a couple of 3 minute candles and some longer wicks, then I think it's worth a try because we're downtrending, and this is kind of a double top off the 50, but it's also kind of like a top off this lower end of this buyer block. So I went ahead and waited for the second red 3 minute candle here and got short right here. And I put a 50 pip target on it and a 50 pip stop. Now that was my mistake because I should have put a target here at this natural resistance level. This is a 4 hour 50% 4 hour order block 50% line, and it did clear that just by a little bit, and it literally came my target. I had a target set at 79 even. It came down to 80, like, or 79 80, like with 1 to 2 pips of my target, and then it bounced really hard and came up and stopped me out break even. I mean, look at that candle. It just bounced so hard straight up, took me out break even. So I was within like 1 or 2 pips of my $1,000 target, profit target, and it took me out break even. So I couldn't believe that, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes, right? So what did I learn from that? I learned that don't set random 50 pip targets. Use these order blocks to set profit targets. So this particular green band I put in here is equal to this green band over here, right here, which is the difference between the 50% and the 61.1 on the 4 hour order block. So that's what it bounced off of, and if I would have just set my target to the bottom of that or the middle of that, then I would have had a nice little profit. But I didn't do it, and that's what I learned. So yeah, I'm really learning today that these order blocks are good for profit targets, and that's about it. They're not good for buying because typically they are, um, you'd be counter trend trading in a case like that. Okay, so the next trade was, I figured, okay, we've done the 8, we've done the 20, we've done the 50. Next trade is going to be VWAP. So one of the things I really liked about the VWAP trade was that, look, you've got an order block here. You've got, with a 50% level, you've got a VWAP, and you've got a huge round number at 33,500 right there. So I'm like, okay, if this goes up and puts in a couple of 3-minute red candles at that level and wicks across that level with a couple of 3-minute candles, then I want it. I want it short because that's the first time it's hit VWAP. Obviously, we're in a downtrend today. Maybe the news was interpreted in some way, or some buyers kind of start a buyer's rally, but really the sellers are in charge, So I just want to be with the sellers because they're in charge. So, and how did I prove that to myself? I waited to get a key resistance level, which in this case was VWAP, the big round number 33,500, and this order block area. And so all the three of those things put together, I wanted to short it if I had a couple of 3-minute candles that were red and were wicking against the level. So I did get short right here at 33,489. I went ahead and wrote it down to, and my profit target was, I was using the bottom of this order block as a profit target. So I put my target right here at the bottom of this order block right here. And that's where I covered it for about a $1,230 win. And combined with, I think, the $12 I made on the scratch. Anyway, I wound up with about $1279.50 today on 2 trades. So that was kind of cool, I thought. And if you want to see my equity curve right now, this is where we're at. I've got 2 days of trading so far, a $9,000 day and a $1279 day. And I'm up here at 10,321, and I'm headed for 20,000. That's the target. So my max loss is still 20,000 under my opening balance of 200,000, but I do have that daily max that I cannot violate a $10,000 max daily loss. So today I took a lot of notes in the morning about being ready for this today. I don't see them right here, but I was just taking a lot of notes. And I almost didn't take this last trade because I noticed my brain was getting sort of fatigued. So it's a good thing that trade showed up, because now look, it's really going, isn't it? It's really going nicely. It's like, what is it, from the top, 33,500, and that's right now at 33,370. So it's 130 pips and going. So that was a really good entry. Yeah, it did bounce off my target, but and then it continued down. So anyway, yeah, shorts are still in control. Inflation fears are still there. Interest rate hike fears are still there, and shorts are still in control. Sellers are in control still. So that's the day, and maybe I'll talk to you a little later today.